Alright, this is my Sega 12. It is an SDS Lynx 12. It's a 12 gauge semi-auto shotgun based on the AK variant. So what we're going to be doing today is replacing the foregrip with a new foregrip that allows to add additional sights, such as this simple low-cost red dot reflex sight. This also has a laser on it. We'll get to it here in a little bit. But essentially today what we're going to be doing is taking this off, putting this on, and then replacing it and upgrading the top rail with a longer rail. Just because personal preference. I like having more flexibility. So this longer part is going to slide over the back sight, and it's going to fit right over it. So first, before we do anything, of course, you always need to make sure your gun is safe. So take your magazine out. Bolt open. As you can see, there's nothing in it. We are clear. We're good to go. Alright, so to disassemble this, it's pretty simple. What you want to do is on the bottom of this, there is a tiny screw right here. It's not too tiny, but it's there. You want to unscrew that. See if we can focus in on that one tiny screw. There you go. So we want to unscrew that tiny screw. First, it's got some grip to it. Just kind of manhandle it and hold on to your screwdriver. Once it gets to this point where it just kind of spins on its own, you're in a much better place. So that's it. That's a tiny screw that pretty much holds it on. Okay. So from here, you just kind of got to manhandle it. This part slides basically, if you're looking at it this way, down and forward. So start at the front, this part, pull up. For my view, it's pull up. For you, it would be pull down. Like I said, you got to manhandle it. It's just tough and it fights you. Once it gets this far, you just slide it forward. And it's going to want to slide along the barrel. You just tell it to stop and pull it off. Ta-da! So that's how you remove the foregrip, the stock foregrip. It's not too bad. Pretty simple, pretty straightforward. There you go. Gives you a little bit of focus. So we don't need this anymore. So now we got to put on this new one. And this is a Sega 12 Tactical Quad Rail. And it came with some tools. It also came with some screws. I can't see those. There you go. Came with some screws. But we're going to put them aside because I know I'm going to lose them otherwise. So this rail here, there are 4 screws. There, and there. Basically, you just need to undo those. So bear with me while I go ahead and unscrew those. This part's probably going to take a little bit of a while. If you want to fast forward, you can. Ooh, those are kind of in there. They were loose, and now they're fighting me. Wow. Okay, that one's good. Let's go with this one. I don't know if you can see that, but this one's kind of coming along. It's not as tough as the first one. There we go. So that one's done. And the 2 front ones. I'm going to take care of this one first because it's closest to me. I can see it. I can get to it quicker and easier. Initially, they're kind of loose. They can kind of get done. But then, as I keep going, they tighten up. I wonder if they're supposed to stay screwed in. It just seems like there's such a small space that it doesn't seem like it's not really screwed into the top piece. It's screwed definitely into the bottom piece. So you have to remove it all the way. It's not like a retention screw that sits into the top portion. Slides on and off. It's actually screwed into the bottom portion. There we go. So there's the 4 screws. And then you just slide it off. Just like that. Perfect. Then, let me see, I have this backwards, so you know, it's supposed to go like this. Okay? The long portion goes right over the sights right there. Alright, and then this, there's a little screw hole right here. It matches up with that. So you can put this right on the way you found it. Now, one thing that's interesting is this one had a lip. This one does not have a lip. So, let's see if it just fits right on, or if there's some sort of special fancy thing about this. Nope, nothing fancy. Sits right on there. That's kind of interesting. I don't know if you're supposed to put this screw on first. I'm going to go ahead and put the screw on now, just kind of get it in place. Maybe. Doesn't seem like that screw wants to fit in too well. Take a look here. That's not helpful. So it's not fitting all the way on. Take a look here. So this screw that came along with hardware is not long enough to fit onto what I need to fit on. Like that can go all the way down, and I still have probably 1/4 of an inch. Well, it's not going to slide forward or backwards at all. It's held on by retention. So that is kind of interesting. Okay, so I saw one video where they screwed it back on, but this, well, that won't work. So I guess we will not screw that on. Or we could use the screw that came with that. Ta-da! Now, the tricky part is how to get this screw off this piece. That is the tricky part. How do we get the screw off this piece of junk piece? I don't know. You know, we'll probably come back to that. But this screw will fit. It's more than long enough. It's starting to screw in just fine. So, use the screw they gave you, because that'll make your life easier. But we're not going to do that for now. For now, we're just going to continue getting this set up. So once that's on, just line it back up. It actually doesn't slide on like I originally thought. So let's see if we can figure this easy way to put this on. It's kind of a tough kind of challenge here. You gotta balance it on there just right and thread this on. I'm kind of doing it blind myself. Thought this might be easier. I guess I was wrong. See if we can get one started. That one looks good. Set up the next one. There we go, that one started. Much easier to get on then they get off. Don't know why. Those two are tight, ready to go. Now the front two. There we go. He's kind of fighting me. Let's move on to the next one. Maybe the next one won't fight me so much. Pretty much, I'll have to continue fiddling with this, see if I can get it on, but theoretically it's pretty simple, pretty straightforward. Just screw that on. Well, that would be my magazine. Here we go. Now we're making progress. There we go. The other side. These screws do not like me very much today. There might be a slight danger that I'm cross-threading this, but I am not planning to take it off. Oh, hey, look at that. If you don't bleed on it, it's not worth doing. Wow, I'm bleeding all over it. I'm going to cut myself on. Like, apparently there's a pretty sharp edge around here somewhere. Oh yeah, look at that. It's like a paper cut right along the side of my finger. So be careful. Apparently this metal is pretty sharp. So I hope you're not queasy with blood. Alright, all those are nice and tight on there. Just like that. Ta-da! And that is how you put on a rail. It should have been much simpler than that. I cut myself on a very sharp piece of metal somewhere. I guess the metal is a little sharp. That's not like super sharp. I guess that's what I have for having paper thin skin, I guess. I don't know. So put a band-aid on that, we'll be good to go. But from here, you put on scopes. Just slide these on. Maybe. You can. I just don't want to bleed on everything again. Well, you can. You can put those on. It comes with these to cover it up, give it a better feel, less sharp edges. I'm planning to upgrade this rail here with a longer rail. So I'll be doing that next.